Alex had always been curious. Ever since he was a child on Earth, he had wondered what it would be like to meet creatures from other worlds. Now at 32, he was living that dream. He was a researcher at a human colony on Aurelia Prime, a planet known for its vast forests and strange, glowing plants. The colony was peaceful, quiet, and full of scientists and explorers who shared his sense of wonder. On this particular morning, Alex decided to take a walk in the forest near the colony. It was a place few humans visited. The trees were tall, their leaves shimmering with faint natural bioluminescence. Flowers pulsed with soft colors as if they were breathing. Alex felt a strange sense of calm, almost like the forest was welcoming him. He stopped near a small pond. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the alien sky, which was a mixture of purple and gold hues. As he watched a school of tiny fish swirl in perfect patterns, he felt a sudden shift in the air. The forest seemed to grow quieter, almost as if it was holding its breath. Then a light appeared before him. It was soft at first, like sunlight passing through water. But within moments it grew brighter, forming a shape. Alex blinked, trying to focus. Standing in front of him was a being unlike anything he had ever seen, the alien queen. She was tall, taller than any human, with skin that shimmered like liquid silver. Her eyes were large and filled with intelligence and warmth. Her movements were graceful, almost like she was floating rather than walking. Around her head, delicate structures glowed softly, resembling a crown of living light. Alex's heart pounded, and then, without a hint of hesitation, she looked directly at him and asked in clear, melodic tones, "Are you single, human?" Alex froze. His mind went blank. He had prepared for alien encounters, for diplomacy, for scientific observation, but he had never prepared for this. What? He stammered. The queen tilted her head, her glowing eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I ask because in my culture this is how we greet those we wish to know better." Alex swallowed hard. He tried to steady himself. I see," he said slowly. "Well, yes, I am single." Her smile was radiant. "Interesting. Humans are different. I wish to learn more." Alex nodded nervously. I would be happy to answer your questions." For a moment the forest was silent. The light around the queen shimmered softly, like the air itself was responding to her presence. Alex realized that this being was not just intelligent, she was curious, playful and unafraid. "So," she said, her voice carrying a musical lilt, "you live on this planet, yet you wander alone in the forest. Humans are brave, yes?" Alex laughed nervously. "I guess you could say that. I like exploring, I like seeing new things. I suppose curiosity is a human trait." The queen seemed to consider this. "Curiosity, yes, I can sense it. It is strong in you, your species. It is fascinating. You feel emotion so openly, and yet you are capable of great logic." Alex felt a strange warmth. No alien had ever spoken to him this way before. Most were curious about technology or science. Few cared about feelings, creativity, or humor. "Well, thank you. I think humans are interesting too. Maybe even to other species." She tilted her head again as if studying him carefully. "Indeed, that is why I approach you. You are unusual, human." Alex swallowed again, realizing he was still standing by the pond, staring at a being who could easily intimidate most humans. But she didn't. She was calm, almost gentle in her strength. "Unusual? I guess that's one way to put it," he said with a small laugh. The queen moved closer, her presence filling the clearing. The light around her shifted with her steps, creating patterns in the air. "I would like to know more of your species. Your customs, your arts, your games, perhaps." Alex's eyes widened. "Games? You want to learn human games?" "Yes," she said simply with a small, amused smile. "You humans are clever in ways my people do not understand." "I want to observe this." "Ingenuity," he nodded. "Well, I suppose I can show you some things. But you might find them simple." "Simple," she repeated, her eyes twinkling. "Yet fascinating." For a moment, Alex marveled at the audacity of the moment. Here he was, a single human in an alien forest, being personally invited by the queen of an advanced civilization to share his species' ways. He could hardly believe it, and yet the sincerity in her gaze made it real. "So," he asked carefully, "do you often approach strangers and ask about their personal lives?" The queen chuckled softly, a sound like a gentle wind chime. No, not strangers. Only those who might surprise me. You, human, are a surprise. Alex felt his cheeks warm. Well, I hope I can live up to that. You will, she said. Come, let us walk. You may show me more of your curiosity, and I shall teach you of my world as well. As they walked together through the glowing forest, Alex noticed something extraordinary. The plant seemed to respond to the queen's presence. Flowers turned toward her as if in recognition. Leaves shimmered brighter, and the pond reflected her light more vividly than his own. It was as though the entire forest acknowledged her as its guardian, or perhaps as a friend. Alex realized that this encounter was more than just personal. It was cultural. This queen, this alien civilization, had invited him into a space of mutual learning, and somehow, just by being human, by showing curiosity, openness, and a touch of humor, he had captured her attention. By the time the sun, or whatever equivalent Aurelia Prime had, began to dip in the sky, Alex knew one thing for certain. His life had changed forever. He had stepped into a world where humans could be seen not just as visitors, but as remarkable beings capable of surprising the most advanced civilizations. And, he admitted to himself with a small, amused smile, it was exciting and terrifying that an alien queen had just asked if he was single. Alex walked beside the alien queen, feeling both nervous and amazed. Every step they took seemed to make the forest come alive. Leaves shimmered with new colors, and flowers seemed to turn toward the queen as if greeting her. Alex had never seen anything like it. So human, the queen began, her voice gentle yet musical. Tell me of your species. You move with curiosity, yet you speak of feelings and ideas as if they are treasures. Explain this. Alex scratched the back of his neck. Well, humans like to share ideas. We talk, we tell stories, we laugh. It's how we connect with each other. The queen tilted her head, her glowing crown-like structures pulsing softly. Curious. We connect differently. In my world, connection is silent, almost invisible. We sense, we understand without words. But your words, they carry emotions I can see. Alex nodded slowly. Yes, words are important for us. And sometimes we use humor, jokes. They help people feel closer. Humor, the queen repeated. She seemed fascinated. A strange way to bond, but effective, I think. As they continued walking, Alex realized he was speaking more freely than he had expected. The queen was not just asking questions. She was listening, learning, and reacting in ways that made him feel valued. So, Alex asked cautiously, you do not usually ask personal questions, do you? No, she replied. On my planet, asking if one is single, it would be considered rude. But in my study of humans, I discovered it is a form of greeting, a way to show interest, perhaps friendship. You humans are bold, Alex chuckled. I suppose we can be, sometimes too bold. The queen's gaze softened. Boldness. It is admirable. And amusing. She paused, looking at a cluster of glowing plants. These plants are aware of you. They sense curiosity. Humans, you are full of it. Your species' eagerness to explore, I find it fascinating. Alex felt a mix of pride and nervousness. Well, curiosity has kept humans alive for a long time, and it helps us discover new things. Yes, the queen said, moving gracefully over a root that glowed under her weight. Discovery. That is your strength. Yet it is paired with emotion. You laugh, you worry, you wonder. Your logic is intertwined with feelings, strange and remarkable. As they reached a small clearing, Alex noticed a pond with water so clear it reflected the sky like a mirror. Do you sense emotions through water too? He asked, pointing. The queen smiled. Water, plants, air. Everything is alive. Everything carries information. Yet your species, you express feelings openly. You allow your surroundings to respond to you. That is unusual, Alex shrugged. Maybe it is. But it works for us. And sometimes it leads to funny situations. The queen laughed softly, a sound that reminded Alex of soft wind chimes. I would like to see these funny situations. Teach me, human. Share with me your culture, your games, your stories. Let me understand you, Alex blinked. Me, teach a queen? You are human, she replied simply. Your species' uniqueness deserves study. I want to know humans as you are. How does my people imagine you? They walked in silence for a few moments. Alex noticed the subtle ways the forest responded to them, a branch bending slightly to let them pass, flowers opening as they approached. He realized the queen's presence seemed to amplify life around her. "So," he said finally, "what do you usually do when you meet someone new?" "In my world," she explained, "we communicate thoughts directly. We sense intentions and emotions. Words are rarely necessary, but observing actions is important. Your species. You act and speak simultaneously. A rare combination." Alex laughed lightly. "Yeah, humans are complicated like that. We like to talk, but we also try to show what we mean, and sometimes we get it wrong." The queen's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Getting it wrong? Interesting. My species rare." The next morning, Alex stood outside the colony's main dome, feeling the cool alien air on his skin. The two suns of Aurelia Prime had already climbed above the horizon, painting the sky in streaks of gold and violet. Today was different. Today he was not just a visitor to the forest. He was a guest of the alien queen herself. He had been given simple instructions. Walk to the edge of the forest and wait. So he waited, adjusting his small pack of supplies. His heart beat quickly, not from fear but from anticipation. He had never been inside an alien palace before. From the glowing trees the queen appeared, moving with the same graceful steps as before. Her crown of light shimmered, and the air seemed to hum faintly around her. Alex noticed how even the plants bent slightly as if bowing to her. "Good morning, human," she said in her soft, musical tone. "Are you ready to visit my home?" Alex smiled nervously. "Yes, Queen, I'm ready." She extended one long, elegant hand. Alex hesitated, then took it. Her touch was cool, but it pulsed with a gentle warmth like a heartbeat. As soon as their hands touched, a path formed between the trees, a ribbon of glowing moss stretching ahead. "Follow me," she said. "The palace awaits." They walked through the forest together. The deeper they went, the more vivid everything became. Leaves glowed brighter and flowers released tiny particles of light, drifting like soft snow. The air smelled sweet like fruit and rain. Alex felt both awake and calm at the same time, as if the forest was soothing him. After some time, they reached a clearing where a massive crystal tree rose from the ground. It was unlike anything Alex had seen. Its trunk was translucent and its branches spread wide, forming patterns like frozen lightning. Inside the trunk, soft colors swirled and shifted, giving the tree a sense of life and movement. At the base of the tree was an opening shaped like an archway. Light poured from it in slow waves. The queen turned to Alex. "This is my palace," she said simply. "It is alive. It grows with me and it listens to my thoughts." Alex's eyes widened. "It's beautiful, like something out of a dream." The queen smiled faintly. "Dreams and reality are not so different here." They stepped inside. The interior of the palace felt warm and alive. The walls were made of crystal-like material that changed color as Alex looked at it. Patterns formed and dissolved as if the walls were breathing. The floor was soft and faintly luminous, like moss mixed with light. Alex noticed small creatures floating in the air, translucent like jellyfish but with wings that flickered. They gave off gentle tones like chimes in a breeze. "They are the keepers of memory," the queen explained. "They record the thoughts spoken here." Alex nodded slowly. "Your home is very different from ours. On Earth, palaces are stone, steel, and glass. They don't grow and they don't listen. That is why I am curious," she said. "Humans create from what is dead. We create from what is living. Perhaps we can teach each other." She led him into a large chamber. The ceiling arched high, covered in strands of light. In the center, a table grew from the floor, its surface smooth and reflective. "Sit," she said. Alex sat, feeling the table adjust beneath him like a living cushion. The queen sat across from him, folding her graceful limbs with ease. "I wish to see your human culture," the queen said. "Show me what makes humans unique." "Tell me a story." Alex blinked. "A story?" "Yes, your people carry stories like jewels. Share one with me." Alex thought for a moment, then began. He told her a simple Earth story from his childhood, about a clever fox and a stubborn farmer. He spoke slowly, using gestures to help explain the parts she might not understand. As he spoke, the palace reacted. The walls glowed with soft images. A fox darting through trees, a farmer chasing, a trick played, a lesson learned. The queen's eyes widened as she watched the images unfold. "Your words. They make shapes," she whispered. "Your story lives," Alex smiled. "That's how humans remember. We make pictures in our minds." The queen tilted her head. This is new to me. We do not imagine animals or tricks. We exchange thoughts of truth. But you make truth into play. You wrap wisdom in a story. That's what we do, Alex said. It helps us teach and it helps us laugh. She leaned closer. And laughter. This is important to you? Yes, Alex said. Laughter is how we survive sadness. It connects people. The queen's glowing crown pulsed gently. I see. This is powerful. After the story, Alex pulled a small device from his bag. This is a music player, he said. It has songs. Humans use sound to express emotion too. He pressed a button and a soft melody filled the chamber. The walls responded, pulsing with color to match the rhythm. The queen closed her eyes, listening. It is simple, she said, but full of feeling. It is not thought. It is something else. Emotion, Alex said. That's what we put into our music. She nodded slowly. Emotion. We will try. She raised her hands and a soft tone emerged from the walls themselves, a chord of pure sound. It wove around the human music like a ribbon of light, creating a harmony Alex had never heard. It's beautiful, he whispered. She smiled faintly. We call it thought music. It is our way of sharing ideas and feelings without words. Alex realized he was witnessing something rare. Human music and alien thought music blending together into something new. Later, the queen gestured toward a small, glowing panel that rose from the floor. Here's a game, she said. A puzzle of my people. Solve it. The panel displayed a shifting pattern of lights, colors, and symbols. Alex studied it carefully. It seemed to move in cycles, but not in any pattern he could understand. This is complicated, he said with a nervous laugh. It is simple to us, she said, but I am curious how you will approach it. Alex began pressing symbols, testing ideas, making guesses. At first, nothing happened. Then a small section of the puzzle lit up. He tried again, noticing a rhythm. Slowly, he started to see a hidden structure. Ah, he murmured. It's like a maze. The queen leaned forward, watching with interest. You think differently, she said. You look for patterns where we feel them. Fascinating. After several attempts, Alex completed a section of the puzzle. A soft tone filled the chamber and the panel dissolved into a ripple of light. You solved part of it, she said. Few outsiders can. Alex smiled. Humans like puzzles. We're stubborn, she tilted her head. Stubbornness. Another trait? Yeah, he said. We don't give up easily. The queen considered this. Perhaps that is why you survive in so many places. Persistence, curiosity, and laughter. You are unusual. Hours passed like minutes as they exchanged ideas. Alex showed her human drawings on his tablet, sketches of animals, buildings, and maps. She showed him living sculptures that responded to sound and thought. He taught her a simple hand game from Earth. She taught him how to grow a small, glowing flower with a single touch of her mind. The more they interacted, the more Alex noticed her expression softening. She was not just a queen. She was a being eager to learn, eager to connect. And for the first time, Alex felt like more than just a visitor. He felt like a bridge between two worlds. When the suns began to set, the queen led Alex to a balcony high within the crystal tree. The view stretched for miles, rivers of light, forests shimmering, and skies painted with soft orange and violet. You have shown me much today, she said. Stories, music, games. You have opened my mind to your species, Alex smiled. And you've shown me things I never imagined. Your world, it's alive. She turned to him, her eyes glowing softly. I asked if you were single because I wanted to know if you were free to explore this connection. Not only between you and me, but between our kinds. You are different from the others, brave, open, curious. Alex's cheeks warmed. I'm just a researcher. No, she said firmly. You are human. That is enough. They stood in silence, watching the alien sunset. Alex felt a calm certainty. This was more than a scientific exchange. This was the beginning of a relationship between species, one based on curiosity, creativity, and understanding, and for the first time, he wondered if humanity's greatest strength was not its technology or its intelligence, but its ability to share stories, laugh at itself, and find beauty in the unknown. The next day began with a soft glow over Aurelia Prime. The twin suns rose slowly, and their light filtered through the forest like warm liquid gold. Alex woke early, his heart buzzing with excitement. Today he would spend another day inside the Queen's palace, sharing more of his culture and learning more of hers. He had not expected to enjoy it this much. Every hour with the Queen felt like stepping into a living dream. He was not only learning about a new species, he was discovering new parts of himself. He walked along the glowing path that led to the Crystal Palace. As he approached, the palace's surface shifted colors in greeting. When he entered, the air inside was fresh and bright. The floating jellyfish-like creatures drifted gently above him, singing soft tones. The Queen appeared at the far end of the hall. Her crown of light glowed warmly, and her expression was calm but full of curiosity. "Good morning, human," she said. "Today we explore understanding." Alex smiled. "Understanding?" "Yes," she said. "Yesterday you showed me stories and music. Today you show me how humans think, your puzzles, your decisions, your logic. And I will show you ours." Alex nodded. "Sounds like a challenge," her eyes gleamed. "It will be. But challenges reveal truth." She led him to a large circular chamber. The walls were covered with shifting lights like water rip. The next morning arrived with a soft mist covering the valley. The suns were still low, their light a gentle peach color across Aurelia Prime. Alex woke with a quiet excitement. Today was special. Today he would visit the Queen during the Festival of Two Worlds, a celebration held only once every 100 cycles. He packed a small bag with items from Earth, a thin blue scarf, a small clay pot with soil, and a music player with soft human melodies. These were simple, but to him they meant home. He hoped they would speak to the Queen and her people as clearly as his words did. As he walked along the glowing path, he noticed the air felt alive with energy. The floating creatures sang louder than usual. The crystal trees shimmered like glass. Even the ground seemed to hum softly under his feet. When Alex entered the palace, he saw it transformed. The long halls were filled with floating lights shaped like petals. The walls had changed color to deep silver and soft green. Alien citizens moved gracefully, carrying objects that glowed like lanterns. The scent of flowers and spices filled the air. The Queen stood at the far end of the hall, dressed differently from before. Her gown was woven from light itself, shimmering with every color of dawn. Her crown pulsed like a heartbeat. "Welcome, human," she said, her voice carrying a hint of joy. "Today is the Festival of Two Worlds. Today we celebrate what we have learned from you." Alex blinked. "From me?" "Yes," she said. "From you and your people. Your curiosity, your mistakes, your stories. You have already changed us." He smiled shyly. "I didn't know I was that important." "You are," she said softly. "Today we share our celebration with you. Walk with me." They entered a great open courtyard at the center of the palace. It was filled with tall glowing columns arranged in a circle. Around each column were groups of aliens weaving strands of colored light. Children floated small orbs between their hands, laughing in soft tones. Music played, not like Earth music, but deep flowing sounds that felt like rivers and winds. Alex stood still, taking it all in. The Queen watched his expression and tilted her head. "Does it feel strange?" "No," he said softly. "It feels alive, like the whole palace is singing." "It is," she said. "Our festival is not about showing power. It is about showing harmony. Each of us brings a piece of our world, and together we make something new." She gestured toward a small empty space beside one of the glowing columns. "This is for you, human. Show us a piece of your world." Alex's hands trembled slightly as he opened his bag. He placed the small clay pot with soil in the center. He spread the blue scarf beneath it like a small sea. Then he set his music player beside it and pressed play. Soft human music filled the courtyard. It was a gentle melody of guitar and voices, simple and steady. The aliens around him paused and tilted their heads, listening. The sound was unlike their own music, but something about it made them glow brighter. "This," Alex said softly, "is Earth. It is soil, sky, and song. It is simple, but it is home." The Queen closed her eyes, listening to the human music. Her crown flickered with a warm pulse. "It feels like a memory of something we never had," she whispered. "It feels like walking under a strange sky." The aliens began to respond. One placed a glowing crystal beside Alex's pot. Another wove a strand of light over the blue scarf. Slowly, a living sculpture emerged. Earth soil mixed with Aurelia crystal, blue scarf wrapped with shimmering light. It became a shared creation, neither human nor alien, but something new. Alex watched, amazed. "You're adding to it," he said. "We do not take," the Queen said. "We add. This is how we honor. Children danced nearby, sending small glowing spheres into the air. Each sphere hummed with a tone. Soon the air above the courtyard filled with lights and sounds. Alex noticed that his music and their tones began to blend, forming a strange but beautiful harmony. The Queen turned to him. "Do you understand now? We are not only learning about you, we are weaving you into our memory." Alex felt a lump in his throat. I think I understand." Later, the Queen led Alex to a high balcony overlooking the festival below. From there, he could see thousands of aliens gathered, moving like waves of light. Each was carrying a small glowing strand that would be placed into the great weave, a tapestry of energy stretched across the sky. "Tonight," she said, "our two worlds join in the sky." She handed Alex a small glowing thread. "Yours to place," she said softly. Alex held it carefully. "What do I do?" "Think of something you wish for our two peoples," she said. "Then let the thread carry it upward." Alex closed his eyes. He thought of connection, of kindness, of learning without fear. He thought of standing here with the Queen and realizing that friendship was bigger than space or species. When he opened his eyes, the thread in his hands glowed brighter. He released it and it floated upward, joining thousands of others. High above, the threads wove themselves into a shimmering shape, a spiral of light twisting across the sky. The crowd below made a soft, collective sound like a sigh of wonder. The Queen watched the sky and then looked at Alex. "Your wish is in the weave now," she said. "It will stay there long after we are gone," Alex swallowed. "That's beautiful." "It is tradition," she said, "but it has never included a human thread before." As the suns began to set, the festival entered its quiet phase. The aliens sat in circles, sharing stories and memories. Alex joined the Queen in a smaller circle. They sat on soft, glowing stones that warmed under their weight. An elder alien spoke first, telling a story of the planet's creation. Then a child spoke, describing a dream about flying through two suns. When it was Alex's turn, he told a simple Earth story about a little boy who planted a seed in dry soil and waited patiently for it to grow. When he finished, the circle was silent for a moment. Then the elder spoke. "You tell a story of hope," the elder said. "We like this story." The Queen glanced at Alex, her eyes soft. "It is a story of patience," she said. "Very human," Alex smiled. "It's about believing in something before you see it, like I believed in coming here." Later, when the festival lights began to fade, the Queen led Alex to a quiet part of the palace. The noise of the crowd faded to a distant hum. They stood near a small pool of liquid light that reflected the stars above. "Human," she said softly. "You have done more than attend our festival. You have changed it. You brought a piece of your world, and now our world is larger." Alex felt warmth spread through his chest. "I didn't mean to change anything. I just wanted to share." "That is why it worked," she said. "Sharing without trying to control. Giving without expecting. That is a rare thing." They stood in silence for a moment, watching the pool ripple with tiny lights. "You asked me once," Alex said slowly, "if I was single." The Queen tilted her head. "Yes, it was a question about connection, not possession." "I think I understand now," he said. "It was about whether I was open to something new." Her eyes glowed faintly. "And are you?" He smiled softly. "Yes, I am." Above them, the threads of light still glowed in the sky, a spiral of two worlds woven together. The Queen raised her hand and one of the threads drifted downward, hovering between them. "This," she said, "is a piece of the weave. Keep it. It will remind you that you are part of something larger." Alex took the thread gently. It pulsed once in his hand, then became a tiny crystal of light. He slipped it into his pocket. "Thank you," he said. She looked at him for a long time. "Thank you for showing us the human way. To grow, to imagine, to share." As he walked back to the colony later that night, Alex felt changed. The festival had not been just a celebration. It had been a joining. His music, his soil, his scarf under small things had become part of an alien tradition. He had left a mark on a world beyond Earth. He touched the small crystal thread in his pocket. It felt warm like a heartbeat. Tomorrow would come, and with it new challenges. But tonight, under the spiral of two worlds, Alex felt a quiet joy. He was not just a visitor anymore. He was part of a story being woven across the stars. The suns rose slowly over Aurelia Prime, casting long rays of gold and pink across the valley. The spiral of light from the festival still shimmered faintly in the sky, a quiet reminder of what had happened the night before. Alex woke early, feeling the small crystal thread in his pocket. It pulsed softly like it was alive. Today was different. He could feel it in the air, a hush, as if the entire world was waiting. He dressed simply and walked toward the glowing path. As he walked, he thought about everything he had seen since he arrived. The Queen's first question, the Crystal Palace, the puzzles, the festival. He thought about how much he had changed. He had come as a visitor, but now he felt like something more. The palace looked the same as before, yet quieter. The floating creatures moved slowly, their songs softer. The great doors opened silently as he approached. Inside, the halls were dim, as if waiting for a ceremony. The Queen stood alone in the central chamber. She was not wearing her crown of light today. Instead, she wore a simple robe of pale silver, almost human in its simplicity. Her expression was calm, but her glowing eyes seemed deeper than usual. "Human," she said softly. "You have come," Alex nodded. "Of course. You said today was important." "Yes," she said. "Today we decide the future." He stepped closer. "The future of what?" "Of us," she said. "Of our connection. Of what we will do with what we have learned." She gestured for him to follow. They walked together through the palace until they